of the Living podcast is always ad-free for patrons at patreon.com/NOTLP.
And I'm with my friends today. My friend, guest curator, Louis Fowler.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
What's up?
We're going on a vacation together today.
Mm-hmm.
Terror. Day terror. From some of the same family that brought us last week's main attraction, Don't Panic, are involved in this.
The Galindo family.
The Galindos. The Flying Galindos. I'm Freddy. Amy's here.
Hey!
Andy.
Hey.
And Kelley.
Good afternoon.
The five of us are going to talk about that selection for Hispanic Heritage Month and its sequel next week, Vacaciones de Terror 2.
Sorry.
I'm in.
I liked it. I mean, I didn't love it.
Vacaciones de Terror.
Dose. Thank you. I just Spanglished that shit.
You're a monster.
I wonder if they go back to the same exact place.
Yeah. So, they do. They go back to the same place, I bet. I think it says something about
all right,
like the doll's back.
The doll is back.
And
back
then,
again.
Ooh, bless you, Louis.
Whoa, there goes another one.
He's messing with all these dusty old dolls that he has surrounding him. He brought in a lot of props this week.
You got a dad sneeze, man. It's loud and powerful.
Powerful.
You don't say shit, though. My dad would be like, shit!
Rattle the windows.
Louis, what do you sound like when you get up in the morning? Like, is it loud?
No, it's not like that at all.
That's me, Andy.
It's
And then there's a little twinkle toe sounds like a as he goes makes the kitchen make his breakfast.
So
Patrons, thank you so much for continuing to support us. You keep this thing going. Patreon.com/NOTLP. Origins is there. We just got done talking about an episode where we covered Not Your Typical Bigfoot Movie,
which was so wonderful.
Yeah, and it was just fun. I also wanted to let you know that at Patreon now there is, when you go to patreon.com/NOTLP, there's the collections, which is now organized so you can find all your favorite spinoff material there. There is enough there to keep you entertained for the rest of your life, or just cringe for the rest of your life, or whatever feeling you're going for. You can probably find it there.
You probably could.
Yeah. And what else am I thinking here? New listeners, if we have anybody it's your first time,
welcome.
We do 2 segments every week.
3. The beginning is unofficial, but it's banter.
Yeah, This is a segment, I guess. And then Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette. And this week it'll be Louis reviewing, what's it called again? Outwaters?
The Outwaters.
So that's like is that a Tubi original or is it?
Oh, no, it's shit.
It's a shit original. And so the Shit Waters, Blood Fart Lake.
Oh.
That's coming up. And the main attraction, which is the one that we spend the bulk of our time on this week, again, is Vacaciones de Terror.
Yeah.
Vacation of Terror.
What's fun, and I feel like this happens to us at least once, a Hispanic Heritage Month, where one of the movies we cannot find a version that's subtitled or dubbed.
Yeah.
Didn't need it.
None of us.
It didn't need it.
Mine wasn't subtitled either.
Right. So it'll happen to us, and we're like, you know what? We're just gonna fucking do it, and we'll do our best. And you actually, you
don't
can get
need
by.
subtitles.
I don't know.
You really didn't need it.
Any real Spanish.
I will tell you one thing that happened when we
But-
watched it. Yeah.
Technology heard our pain and was like, we want you to sort of understand a little bit better. So Google Translate works great.
It really does. And,
I mean, it doesn't work great.
It
works good.
I'm trying to see. I thought I saved it in my history, but I didn't.
okay.
But there was like select translations from this week's movie that I'll pull up later.
There was
Very
one point,
bizarre.
they said, "Hey, Glasses." They referred to somebody as a character named Glasses.
Glasses?
Did they wear glasses?
I don't think so.
No, it was just a mistranslation.
And at one point, it said also, "Be Pennywise."
Yeah, and if you can't be Pennywise, be a Pennywise supporter.
Yeah.
I think, it was cool to have a little bit of clarification via Google Translate.
I mean, it did work pretty well for a lot of it.
But I do also kind of just like sitting back and trying to figure it out for myself.
Yeah, that's what we did. We just watched it.
Oh, There's one.
Some magic in
I did
that.
save one quote that I thought was interesting. Truly the trunk ter disbelievin'. So it said, truly the trunk
There was a tree.
ter disbelievin', which sounds like Swedish or something to me, or German.
Truly, the
Sounds
trunk
like
they're
it.
disbelieving.
Sounds like someone from the South.
They're disbelieving.
Truly der trunk. Hey there, trunk. Chunk. Sloth loves chunk. What can I
We
say?
should play an episode of the podcast through Google Translate to Spanish and then play it back
Oh my God.
to have it translate back to English.
Well, you know, it's funny when we
The telephone
played,
game.
and I might have mentioned this on the show, when we played D&D, I used a transcription software so I didn't have to take notes, and some of those are really funny too.
Yeah, I know. We listened to some of it.
Yeah, and then like we were talking about feeding it back into a text to speech just to read it back to us, but I feel like I might just go crazy down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole that you could go crazy down.
You could go crazy down my rabbit hole.
I know.
So, happy 9/11. We were discussing that before we started recording. Happy
Yeah, that's one way to say
9/11.
Yeah.
Also, now I didn't realize this. John Ritter died on 9/11, but like 2 years later.
Yeah.
So R.I.P. to him again.
it. Not a good
Again.
day.
Not a great day.
Although it's awful close to Lewis's birthday, which just came and went.
Well, that's true.
Happy belated birthday, Lewis.
Happy belated birthday,
Thank you very
sir.
You know how I remember it? National tragedy.
Are you saying Lewis's birth is a natural tragedy?
No, I'm saying that the association.
That's got to be awful for all
tragic.
those September babies.
It's it's so crazy, like, because we know people that were affected by 9/11 directly too, and it's like who lived close enough to have like ash on them and stuff, and it's wild to think it was that long ago. And I know one of them in particular I'm thinking of. He still deals, I think, with a lot of PTSD from that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy how that feels like it was a whole different world.
Yeah.
When really it was something I think affected so many. It was crazy how many people it affected, I guess, because of the concentration of.
Well, I didn't really want to talk
the
about
connections.
9/11.
I know, but you brought it up.
Would it be more fun to talk about 9/11 or what the Bengals did on the field yesterday? I don't know.
Well, that
Too
was also a
9/11.
disaster too.
9/11. 9/11.
9/11. Lewis would rather talk about 9/11.
Is it because you just don't want to talk about football?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well,
The Bengals are a shitty team.
Oh, we'll see, Lewis. We shall
Oh,
see.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure, they
That's
did
right.
terribly in their
hold
first
on.
game.
You said what now?
Uh-oh.
Just kidding. They're America's team.
No.
See,
it's never good enough for
Yeah,
Amy.
here's the problem. Like Lewis tried to cover up a little too much. America's team. Come on.
But I love the way he said it. Resigned. Just stop. It's America's favorite
Dripping with
snack
sarcasm.
cake.
Listen, it's like depressing day followed by depressing day.
Yeah.
And then and it's a Monday.
Oof. Someone's got a case of the Monday 9/11s.
Garfield was pissed right now
Yeah.
because he's also an orange cat,
He's an
like a
orange cat.
Bengal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you guys win a game or something?
No, we lost.
No, we
again.
lost.
Real
To
bad.
the Cleveland
Horrifically.
Browns.
Oh,
To
God.
the fucking molester quarterback. We lost.
I feel like Clarence Williams III should come out and be like, "We lost to the Cleveland Browns." You know how he's like, "They got government jobs, and I'm gonna get you, sucker." Where he's so disappointed that they marched, and then everybody just got government jobs. That's how it felt. But I'm still a fan. I'm rooting for him every time, man. I don't care how much they get their butts handed to them. Sticking
one.
with my boys, no matter how horrible.
It's week
No,
one.
I get you.
I'm back in 100%.
So yeah, also if you're a new listener, we are from Cincinnati,
You could probably tell.
the world's greatest city, America's city.
It's America City.
Right, Lewis?
I made cheese conies for dinner last night.
We had cheese conies
I saw that.
yesterday as well.
You had
I guess-
keto cheese conies.
Yeah.
Everybody watched the Bengals game and had cheese conies because that's how you fucking celebrate football day in America,
Yeah.
in Cincinnati, in America's city. Cincinnati.
We all played that ticky-tacky song from Weeds.
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
It was great.
So yeah.
Well, Louis, what'd you have for dinner last night?
Did you have these conies? Or did you have a brace of conies?
I had none. I had Mexican food.
Yeah. You didn't have 4 rabbits? Is that a brace of conies?
No.
Well, it's some number.
It's a number
more
of
than
rabbits.
One.
Yeah. Do you guys want to move on to the roulette?
No,
or
because
you
this
wanna
doesn't feel like enough banter. I
It
gotta.
doesn't feel like enough to you?
Oh, I feel The Nun was the #1 movie in America. The Nun 2.
The
The
Nun
Nun
2.
was
And I
number
feel that we should get a cut of it. Because
Do you think they'll be into that?
our most popular post ever on our Instagram page is pictures of us with the promotion team from The Nun.
What if it's the religious aspect and you just need to start posting more pictures with clergy?
I'm just going to put the clergy hashtags.
Clergy. Hashtag clergy.
Is this gonna put the kibosh on them giving us any money? But like, I won't. I'm not gonna pay theater money for this movie. I'm sorry. The Nun 2.
Yeah.
It's not even a consideration for me.
I'm sorry.
The first one made my skin crawl, not
It
in a
was
good way.
boring.
Oh, yeah.
It made my skin crawl because it wanted to get out of the theater.
Freddy was skinless by the
I
time
was.
the
I
movie
mean,
ended.
I love good religious horror, even being a raging atheist. But like,
But the keyword's good.
good.
I heard The Pope's Exorcist is fun. Have you
know
seen
what?
that,
That's
Lewis?
streaming, right?
No.
Damn it, Lewis. I count on you to see newer movies because I never see anything new.
I think the last movie I actually saw was Barbie.
Oh, well, okay. You're
I
more
still
ahead
haven't
than I
seen
am
that.
then.
Yeah.
The last movie I saw was Alien 3.
In the theater?
Freddie made me watch it last night.
You haven't seen a movie in the theater in 30 years?
Well, the last movie I saw in the theater was The Goonies.
I
Yeah.
just saw the Goonies.
Yeah.
Too.
So,
Same then.
Alien 3 thoughts. If anybody's wondering, Freddie really fucked up and made me watch an extended cut.
It was the director's cut. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize it was like the
David
director's cut.
Fincher.
I'm not sure a director's cut is ever the like first cut a person should see of something.
I agree.
See what came out in the theaters, and then if you really liked it,
Then
then
go
you can go
deep.
deeper.
Yeah.
So you screwed up there because it's too long.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm sorry, but
was
you're totally
good.
right. It has way too much extra put back in.
And also, a lot of those dudes, it's just a bunch of white dudes with their heads shaved.
Mhm.
How am I supposed to tell them apart?
One of them's Pete Postlethwaite.
Okay, him I got.
That's
but,
how
like,
you know.
There's like 3 or 4 of them. I don't know who they are.
It's like a puzzle game where if you can track where Pete Postlethwaite is during the movie,
He's not
you can
always
in
with
relation
somebody
you
else.
can use him as like a litmus for, or what do they call it when a cipher when you're decoding something. You're like Pete Postlethwaite was in the furnace room, so that has to be Jeb.
So he's the Rosetta Stone of white people?
Yeah,
In-
basically.
in this movie.
In this movie.
So you liked it?
It was fine. I don't think I liked it as much as 1 or 2.
Well, no.
Nobody does.
It was fine.
I like that they used a whippet in a costume for a lot of the alien scenes, which I
Whippet
didn't
real
know. Yeah. So Paul, if you're listening,
Your dog
I don't know if
could
you know
be
that.
an alien.
your dog could be an alien.
Your dog's.
If your dog has a face hugger, might be an alien.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Was that enough
Alien
banter
3.
for you?
Yeah, okay.
And, Amy, I'm going to put
Sometimes I just like to talk with
No.
my friends and make silly ha-has.
I love it. I
do too.
just, I felt like on this one we might have like
It might be too much.
scooched a little beyond the line.
Yeah.
just beyond.
Just a little bit. We're still good. We're still in.
I'm going to buy a graduated cylinder to put in front of Amy, and every time that we have a certain amount of banner, you can pour in some blue liquid, and there's going to be a mark on it that when you feel like we've had enough banner, you've poured enough blue liquid in, and it'll be like, the blue liquid is hit, so anything beyond this is icing on the cake.
See, I'm going to get blamed for that not being funny or interesting what he just did.
It's just a
Because
visual
I
cue
wanted
for
more
us.
blame or more banter.
Yeah.
In that, but I was expecting my friends to step up their goddamn game and give me something to yip yap about.
Yeah.
Amy,
I
it's
gave
not-
you
it's-
John Ritter died.
It's not 11, Amy. What do you expect? Do you
We're
want
all,
us to be
9/11.
we're all in a
full
sad
you want us
mood.
to be full of the ha-has?
It's not so hot anymore.
That's nice.
true.
It is nicer
The
out.
seasons are changing.
Andy made us some nice chicken teriyaki sandwiches for dinner the other night.
Andy's grape pie.
And a grape pie.
Who here has ever had a grape pie?
3 of us.
I've had
That sounds-
grape
that
salad.
sounds
I've never had
delicious.
grape pie. I don't.
Right, Lewis? But it sounds weird. You're like, it's just not a common thing. So you're like, there's got to be a reason people don't make it. But Andy made it, and it's the fucking best thing I've ever had.
It's really good.
I opened a jar of Smuckers and just poured it into a pie shell.
Well, it worked.
That was
Is that
it.
really what it is?
No.
It's
You did
actually
a
with
lot.
Concord grapes.
yeah.
The most finicky of grapes.
And you make like a filling, a pie filling.
Yeah.
Like you do a cherry pie, right? You said, but you strain it. And then you get the
'cause they have
purple
the
up in
little
it
skins.
by returning some of the
The
skins, right?
Yes. It's good. Tastes like wine without the alcohol.
Yeah.
It's really
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
so good. I'm
good.
surprised that you don't see it as much around.
Put a little peanut butter on it. Did I say that out loud already? Am I
I
losing
don't
it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Freddie made himself a peanut butter and
I
jelly.
put a little peanut butter on it.
Question mark?
Scoop of ice cream.
Question mark?
I'm going to apologize to Amy for my graduated cylinder bit. I don't feel like she understood the intent, the spirit
No,
of
I
it.
get it. It just was.
She doesn't want to take the blame for
That
it.
just seems like a lot of work. You got to dilute water.
I know it. It'll get spilled on
And then
everything
she has
and
to
we'll
put
get
just a
short-circuited.
small amount of, into the graduated
Well,
cylinder.
every time somebody says something of note, you pour just like a tablespoon of blue liquid in it. Anything of substance. And then it's for us, it's just a visual cue. And I'll be like, hey guys, where are we at on the graduated cylinder for banter?
Okay.
We can
Well,
look
now
at
I
it.
don't want any more.
Okay.
You've done it.
I've killed banter. I'm Bruce Banter. I was accused of a crime I didn't commit.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
This day and age, Freddy.
Are we the same age? What did you say?
Yes, I said, are we the same age, Freddy?
Yeah, I'm older than you.
He said in this day and age.
Oh, in this day and age.
Lewis,
Yes.
tell us about the Outwaters.
It's a movie from 22, I believe. It's terrible. It's one of the it's kind of like the movie that like makes me not like
Movies.
well,
Life.
yeah, it's a found footage movie, which is it's 25 years too late, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't want found footage to be over though.
And it's a bunch of white kids. Well, it's like half of the movies takes place with a kind of a in the studio, I guess. They're singers or something.
Yeah.
Then they take a trip to the desert. There's some little aliens or little
Green Men.
no, it's more like snakes.
Oh.
And then they in the dark they're kind of have blood on them, and then the end they cup their penis and it's in the end.
Wait.
Nothing happens. Nothing. There's no reason. There's no rhyme.
They cut their
There's
penis.
nothing.
They cut their penis off?
Yeah, they have a knife or something,
The aliens
and
did?
then it just cuts to the floor, and the guy just runs around, screaming, and it's over.
Like you would.
All right.
I don't really understand it.
That's so weird,
And
man.
I feel like it's kind of. I feel like it may be good if it had been like a half an episode of a anthology TV show or something.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
That's so
But
many
then-
of those movies.
But it's like an hour of just nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's a terrible movie. The actors are just milk toast.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel like I could have if I watched it, it would have been about half of it would have been on the fast forward button.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and then the other half, you have people running around in the dark with a little flashlight,
Yeah.
and there's nothing that you see little bits, but it's not well lit.
Right.
It's hard to watch, and then you have the end segment where there's a guy running around in the desert. He cuts off his penis, and then it's
Right.
And then it's the end.
So if you like
Penis mutilation.
yeah,
Which I don't.
Some
particularly.
do though.
well,
Teach their own.
yeah.
Some people probably like
So-
graduated cylinder jokes.
Okay. Do you think this is a dumb movie that only dumb people would like? Because that's what I reviewed a movie on our latest Origins back in 2011. I called it a dumb movie that dumb people would like.
I'm sure that there's. We see him in Horror Hound. Those guys that just like all horror, they believe everything's great.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like just representative of everything I don't like about horror.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a waste of time.
Very-
It's really a waste of time.
I mean,
I appreciate that, Louis, because honestly, like
yeah.
there is like some of these that are just cut and dry garbage.
And I'm sure that the director will like give you an email, hey, you don't like this. It's coming to a point where I really don't care,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just not worth it.
The 90 minutes. Oh, is it even 90 minutes?
No, it was like 100. It was I think it was 100.
How dare.
Yowza.
There's a part of me. No, it's good. Say it. Like, I think this was bad. I think this is objectively bad. There are some people who will still watch anyway. Like, I have only heard that the Meg 2 is bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to watch it when it hits streaming because it's a giant fucking shark.
You
and I
know-
kind of just want to see that.
A
So
good
if
movie-
people are into aliens and dicks getting cut off, watch it anyway.
Sure.
There's a good movie that a lot of people like the Meg 2. There's a good movie called on Hulu. It's called The Black Demon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, that's a pretty good streamer.
Yeah, it's a shark movie
Better
too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than Meg 2. And I would check. I would had people check out this. Really, I should have got had on a Heritage Month. It's a Mexican film
Oh.
also.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the back
So
door.
yeah, but I mean, at least they try to do something that it may not be successful, but at least they try something different. Different. This movie is just
Same old.
it's nothing.
Don't you feel like with found footage, they use it as an excuse to kind of abandon the craft of filmmaking sometimes? And like, it's a good found footage to me still has the elements of like a traditional narrative movie. Like there are shot compositions, like even in the Blair Witch Project, there's legitimate, like, and they're trying to make that look as real as possible. They still do like staged scenes, and there's cinematography involved, and they add
when it first started, found footage was kind of a novelty. It was
It's a gimmick.
but people have gone to where they're out there. There's been so many of these shitty straight to video doing this because it's a opportunity of to be low budget.
It's cheap.
Yeah, and it's they've been more and more terrible.
Right. Well, because there's no emphasis put on really stimulating the audience. They think it's enough to have a character like walk through the woods or something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and plus it's just it's so much time is wasted in trying to get to what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And with this movie, it was has so many different ideas. They're not good. You know, they don't really placate any of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you watch it, and you just it's hard to really differentiate what's good and what's bad. It's terrible. It's just everything.
Hot garbage.
It sounds like
it's everything
garbage.
I don't like about.
Well, Louis, you said like it's everything you hate about horror. What do you hate about horror?
Bad stuff.
Everything that this movie
really,
does.
Just bad stuff.
Lazy.
Really, there was a time where, when and it's kind of like a lot of younger horror fans when we were, we would go and see it. It's like, I guess as I got older, I became more discriminating for the genre. I like a lot of the stuff I liked, I really just don't like, and I feel like it's a movie that I wouldn't have ever watched without a podcast,
Right. Same.
Yeah.
Oh my God, same.
Well, that's many of the movies we do.
Yeah, it's probably all of us.
That's the service. That's the service we provide. We give people a review of the new stuff that's out, and that helps you decide
In
because our
hopes that
time
it's
is
good.
precious.
Yeah.
Our time is precious.
Yeah, well, it wasn't precious at all.
I'm so sorry. Well,
I kind of wanted to watch a second movie as a
palate cleanser.
Straight-to-Video Russian movie that I liked instead, but that was too much.
it destroyed your will to watch movies for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's bad movie. Bad movie.
Bad movie.
The Outwaters on
Shame
Tubi.
on you,
Nay.
movie. What have you done to my friend?
All right. Well, thank you, Louis. I'm sorry it was so miserable.
Well, like Freddy said, I appreciate his bluntness because
Agreed.
a lot of times I got to the point where like it's not a good movie, but I try to find something positive to say because I don't want to just shit on a movie. But
You don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a fine line. Just saying a movie is objectively pretty bad, I think is a fair statement.
I think you're allowed.
And I someone talk about Tubi.
Tubi, some of their stuff's decent, but it's a wild frontier.
I was looking at the horror section of Tubi, and that looks absolute crap.
You say that, but there's some shit on there. Like I'm surprised.
One that I watched.
There's
on
the
Tubi
Jerry
was
O'Connell,
good, but I don't remember what it was called.
There's a movie with Jerry O'Connell that we sort of like.
You want some Jerry O'Connell? Cabin Girl's good. I mean, we're
John.
biased. Our friend made it, but it is like objectively a good thriller, I think.
So we'll just say that The Outwaters was the movie equivalent of that Bengals game.
It was the equivalent of toilet water.
Like not the French toilet water.
De Toilet.
So instead of Outwaters, should you call it Toilet Waters?
That's right.
All right. Well, now I kind of want to change up my pick.
Is it a Tubi? Did you pick a Tubi?
No, no. The movie I had picked, I don't remember what it was on. I think Shudder. But the Black Demon sounds fun, so let's just throw that in there. It's on Prime.
Yeah.
Josh Lucas stars in this. Like, really, Josh Lucas?
Which I think this story about the black demon shark is a real legend.
Oh yeah,
I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, it's a Mexican legend.
Did we see this?
I have no.
It's
idea.
really good.
Why do I feel like I've seen this?
Because it's a shark movie.
Josh Lucas. Okay. Josh Lucas stars in this edge-of-your-seat action thriller from the director of Rambo: Last Blood.
Ooh.
Oilman Paul Sturgis's idyllic family vacation turns into a nightmare when they encounter a ferocious megalodon shark that will stop at nothing to protect its territory. Stranded and under constant attack, Paul and his family must somehow find a way to get his...
Rocks off.
Somebody who wrote this did this wrong. Paul and his family must somehow find a way to get his family back to shore alive before it strikes again in this epic battle
In
between
front of his
humans and
family?
nature.
That's disgusting.
Oh my god.
Disgusting.
Josh Lucas selling sex.
All right, let's spin this fucking wheel. See
Spin
who's
up.
gonna watch the Black Demon. God, I love big shark movies.
Yeah, man.
Is that
Freddy
me?
Morris.
All right, this is the first one I've had in a long time.
I know that wheel is obsessed with everybody.
See,
but
they like
you.
me. Yeah, graduated cylinders. Blue liquid.
Did I hurt your feeling?
No,
I
you
think I
really
might
didn't.
have.
No, I just what I do
Hey, I gotta tell it like I sees it.
when there's sometimes a
That
joke
joke
has
was the
to
Outwaters of jokes.
has to be smothered, you know, like
Yeah.
you really have to kill it by just saying it over and over again until you know it's dead.
Okay.
It's like a boogeyman.
Oh.
You know. You know.
Eeny.
That's not your typical Bigfoot movie we were just talking about.
It's the space raider.
Turn out lights, it's the main attraction.
You know, you haven't made any edits to that in a while,
No.
but I would say maybe a little bit more of a fade at the beginning.
A little more fade.
'Cause it's a little
Yeah.
abrupt.
You want me to fade it up?
Yeah.
Throw some.
We're gonna dial this fucker in one of these days.
Yeah.
This main
I
attraction
think it needs
bumper.
more blue liquid.
More blue
Blue
liquid.
liquid.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clear to me. Vacaciones de Terror.
Blue liquid is not clear.
Yeah.
It's both. It's opaque,
Okay.
right?
1989.
89, I believe.
This was 89?
That same thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You think we just got a bad copy?
It was the horror boom of the 1980s.
I thought it was like 82.
I thought it was 70s.
This is what director Rene Cardona III
Yeah.
passed away a couple years ago. Who also directed Shriek of Terror and Fray Justice.
I think it was Redina Carver 2.
Did he do the sequel too?
No,
No, he
I
said
think
the second.
Oh,
Or Junior.
Oh, on IMDb it has third, but it could be wrong because this, like you said, this movie is kind of an obscure one, and sometimes they don't get all that stuff.
because
Right.
I believe Redina Carver is a filmmaking legacy of yeah.
It's a dynasty.
Santiago Galindo and Carlos Valdemar wrote it, and it's a possessed. It's very Amityville adjacent, I'd say.
It's Annabelle-ish.
There's a lot of
Annabelle-ish.
things that kind of happen that are familiar.
Yeah.
I like this a lot better than Don't Panic.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh,
See, I'm the
yeah.
other way around.
Oh, see it. But
This
don't
was,
panic about those goddamn pajamas.
This was a slog,
It's a
honestly.
slog, but to me, this was much more of a real movie.
Didn't find it to be a slog. Didn't love it.
You literally said it was a slog.
Oh, wait,
on
that's
Saturday.
right. Never mind. It's once it got
See-
near the end.
That's a deep
I
fake.
thought it was much better than Don't Panic.
I thought so too.
See, it's so funny, like, because I did
But
enjoy
you
it.
could
But
just
is it
sit here and
because
go,
you guys
"It's so funny."
enjoy Don't Panic for being goofy more?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, I like
I
goofy
see.
movies.
I'm talking about artistically better.
Yeah, artistically. I mean, the story definitely is, even though it is a little muddy, it makes more sense, especially considering we watched it without subtitles.
And
it's
I
in
enjoyed
Spanish.
this one more. I also
Yeah.
enjoyed
I'm just
it.
talking from like a filmmaking perspective. This
Yeah.
was pretty,
Yes.
direction wise and stuff like that. It was very Outwaters ish. not well, I wouldn't say that.
It was
It was
more
a great
traditional.
atmosphere.
But it was not a good movie.
If
to
I had
me,
to
at
watch
least.
that little girl turn her head this way, look at her jaw.
Oh, God,
turn
yeah,
her head
that.
that way, look at her jaw. Turn her head this way,
Yeah, I
look at the
feel-
jaw.
what-
58 times in a row.
This
I'll
movie
kill
was
myself if I ever see it
nothing but
again.
reactions.
It's a lot
It
of
was-
reactions.
It was just people looking at things and reacting and taking their sweet time to react to things. Nobody has any.
Come on, there was creepy crawlies.
Those
yeah.
creepy crawlies.
I thought
Yeah,
Julio was
there's
very
a-
charming.
there's a-
I like that
I
guy.
like Julio.
Yeah, it was good.
There's a guy coming into falling into a mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a demonically possessed toy car.
Sure.
That was great, actually. I love that. Controlling it, like,
Controlling the dad.
That was
Yeah,
another one
that was
where
pretty fucking cool.
that was a cool element. It reminded me of like a 70s kind of horror thing where he's just pushing and they keep cutting back to the cut between the kid pushing the toy car
Yeah.
in front of the fire, and then they cut to the dad driving back to that. And that just like back once or twice would have been great. But it's again like what Amy was
goes on too
saying.
long.
There's like moments in this movie where they milk certain sequences to like double or triple what the rhythm should be, I think, for the cut. But that's really technical shit. I think, like Lewis is saying, the fun stuff is the cursed amulet, charmed amulet, I should
No,
say.
the amulet was good.
Yeah, and the because that was a little confusing, right? Starting it off, they have like the
Yeah, we're
flashback
not
to them
sure.
burning the witch.
Yeah, I agree with you. The witch, that part didn't really need to be that part didn't really need to be there.
yeah.
It could be just
Cursed doll.
a spooky house.
Right. Didn't you feel like they kind of with them burning her, it wasn't clear to me that was point A and point B was the possessed doll. The connection for me
yeah,
wasn't
the doll,
clear.
because we didn't have our Google Translate on
At
at
that
the very
time,
beginning. So
right.
I don't
Wait,
know
so the
what-
witch?
Yeah.
That wasn't
that was
clear?
pretty clear to me.
Yeah, I did
Not
too.
until later. Like it
Well-
wasn't clear at first because when they find the amulet, I thought the amulet was going to cause trouble.
Well, what I thought, and obviously I'm wrong if the amulet was good, but I thought him bringing that to that spot where the witch was burned, like woke her up, and then the family got involved.
It could be.
But either way, I did get that
Yeah.
that the doll was the
It
was.
wasn't until much later that I realized that the amulet and the doll were like antithesis like to each other, where you need the amulet to fight the doll. Or did I misunderstand that?
No,
I don't really.
I think
I'm
you're
not
thinking too
sure.
much about it.
Am I thinking too
Yeah.
much?
It's just
I think you're right.
a good versus evil type thing.
It kind of felt
the-
like an adventure.
there was a cross on the amulet, so that was my.
Yeah, I think a part of me thought the amulet was at first I thought it was a possessed trinket, but
Yeah.
then I guess it was the against the doll. So I'm not sure what the whole thing's about.
It really doesn't
But-
matter.
Yeah. I like the whole. I thought it was pretty as far as possessed kids movies go. I thought that was pretty creepy actually. I liked the fact that it took out the parents that way. The girl and their boyfriend was part of that whole structure.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a good antithesis of what an American what a Mexican horror distilled through American eyes. I mean, I feel like it was pretty good in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that moment when they're looking at the constellations. Julio's the boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of like your Lance Guests. He's your curly-headed 80s charming guy. And
I said he looked like if Jay Leno and Bruno Mars had a sweet love child.
He definitely reminded me of Bruno Mars and also who did he remind me of? Who is that comedian?
Jay Leno.
No.
Paul Rodriguez.
Paul Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Yes,
Yes.
that's exactly who.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was Paul Rodriguez the whole time.
Yes.
he really did look like him. You're
And
right.
Paul, okay, they were in a throuple. They somehow figured out how
to make a baby. And it starred as Julio.
Thank
in
you.
Vacations
That was
of Terror.
that was driving me crazy trying
And then
to
we
remember.
had Unibrow from Don't Panic. She's back again.
Oh, yeah. What's her name?
Unibrow's back.
Do you remember her name?
Pelifront.
No.
Okay. So I think she's Paulina. But
Yes, Paulina. Yes.
So yeah, same actress from last week's movie. But she and Julio are down by the schoolyard looking at the stars, and he's telling her.
You guys made that joke so much throughout the
Freddie.
Well, I was like,
It was your graduated cylinder.
it
of the
was
night.
a graduated cylinder of the night. It was if Julio goes to the schoolyard. It was like a word problem where we were trying to figure out how he would express.
What's this week? You were high.
I was
and
too
you
high.
were like,
That was a
what?
problem. And I was like, if it's you and Julio down. Wait, no. But anyway, Julio, they're looking at
Weed
the
is a hell of a
stars,
drug.
and he's telling her all these stories about the gods, right? And like they're talking about these Greek gods. But I love that character, because he's the connection between he's like working at a dig site basically and finds that necklace,
I think
right?
He bought it from a like a beggar or
Yeah,
something.
To
Did
give
he
to
buy
his
it from her?
girlfriend because
We
I think
traded
he's
it
at
or
the
something,
doghouse.
Am I crazy that wasn't there a scene where they
He traded the
found it?
Walkman.
No.
No, he traded the Walkman for the
Oh my
amulet.
God.
Traded it.
Yeah.
Hey, they found the doll in the well.
I know they
Is that
found
what
the
you're
doll
thinking
in the
of?
well, but I thought earlier in
No,
the movie there
you're
were
wrong.
guys who found the amulet
There's a
before
girl
he
in a
got
well.
it.
Nope.
Oh wow, I hallucinated. I hallucinated a whole additional scene. I think it might have been my imagination filling in the blanks.
You were too busy riffing on Julio down by the schoolyard.
Julio, you and Julio down the schoolyard. No, that's not right. Julio and me. Grammatically, it's a nightmare. But they're talking about the old gods, and my
Yes.
point is, like, I felt like there was that connection to like pre-Christian type of. They were kind of setting the stage, saying, "Hey, this isn't like we're gonna get the crucifix out and fight off this witch's spirit."
This ain't your mama's movie.
No, this is a
not your
different
mama's
kind
movie.
of different kind of amulet.
Good cup, bad cup. Your good amulet, bad amulet are gone for the day.
Yeah, this is a different kind of amulet. It's Michael Chiklis as the amulet.
No, it was some sort of Christian artifact that they used to.
But it felt pagany, didn't it?
No, the
Yes.
guy that burned the witch had the amulet.
Uh-huh.
That's what the connection is.
Oh,
right?
is that
Yeah.
why it was
Yeah.
powerful?
He was a priest.
But not that, but I felt that there was a moment where the teenage girl, she has a picture of this one of the saints,
Yeah.
and the possessed girl makes it explode. I feel like that was kind of the one of the a set piece that normally the Mexican horror would not do. Mexican horror is usually very Catholic. Very set in its ways, and for it to do that, it kind of shows that this genre was really kind of taking prisoners. There was many facets in this film that kind of I felt was had a different tone that many of these films wouldn't do. I feel like that's the reason why even for the problems that the movie had, I felt that's what made it successful. The way it tried to be different,
subversive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did feel kind of risky, right? In the grand scheme of things for 89, Mexico, super Catholic. I mean, even back then, doing that sort of thing, like when the cross caught on fire in Bram Stoker's Dracula, I remember some people being upset about that.
Look at what they did to Madonna.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Mexican Jerry Orbach.
Oh yeah,
Fernando.
That's the dad.
He's also her uncle, right?
Dad is his girl's uncle, Paulina's uncle, Unibrow from Don't Panic.
Julio Eleman.
He looks like Jerry Orbach.
He really does.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know why. Like, I didn't mean to do this to every character, and I only did it to Julio and Fernando.
you found other.
Well, you need to look at it through your lens as opposed to. You need something to relate to.
It was just so striking to me. I'm like, that is the Mexican Jerry Orbach, and he was awesome. But like way older than his whole family. But that's fine. Do what you want, lady. Have a family with this old man. That's fine.
He's distinguished.
He ate the eyeball off a.
Like what was that? A bull or something? Like a bull's head?
Yeah,
Cow's
It's
head?
like a goat or something.
Oh,
wasn't
goat.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I think it was some Kabir or something that where they take the go head and slough off the meat and stuff and eat it.
I mean, he took that.
Which
eyeball.
I've done.
I'll pull some meat off of a skull, but like I'm not.
I'd eat the cheeks. I can't eat an eyeball.
And he just put it in a tortilla and was like, "Eh,
That's typical dad stuff.
kids, you want some? Kids."
It's like when my dad sucked the brains out of a crawfish and turned green.
I just don't want to eat that stuff. I'm not judging anybody.
Waste not,
That's
want
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like
You're not judging, Amy.
don't eat those parts.
But then
You just said I'm not judging, but don't eat them.
But even the kids, they didn't like it. The platter of hamburgers for them.
That's right.
True.
Kids don't want to eat skull.
I'm basically a child in my eating habits, and I get that. And I'm sorry.
You can eat a hot dog and mac and cheese.
Yeah. Well, your mom made skull.
Well, Louis, I think this felt more Mexican than Don't Panic, and I like that they injected some of their culture into this.
Yeah.
But I just wish it was a better made movie.
We'll paste better.
It just needed editing. Otherwise,
I
it was pretty
thought
good.
the house porn was off the chain.
I like the set.
It's pretty
It
cool.
felt like a Hammer set or something.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
this like family cabin that's somewhere. It's not a cabin. It's like a castle.
But it's like a cabin.
It's a small.
I feel like it's an analog to a cabin in the woods is what I thought of it.
It's made out of stone.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved the inside, even though it was all dusty.
Did they ever explain, like, because it's Fernando's uncle that died, right? Who had left him. I love how many uncles relationships there are in this to begin with. There's two big uncles. There's the dead uncle who originally owned the Vacation of Terror Airbnb, and then there's Uncle Fernando, and I'm an uncle. I mean, this is an embarrassment of uncles. And
You're an uncle?
And you're an uncle.
Louis is an uncle.
Louis, you're an uncle.
Kelley is an uncle.
I'm definitely an uncle.
So, you know,
I'm
we
the
have
only
plenty of
non-uncle.
uncles is what I'm trying to say. There's like 7 when you count Fernando and his dead uncle. But that dead uncle, they never really get into like any nefarious thing that happened to him, right? He's just mysteriously, he's died and left them the house, and they don't deal with that at all, right?
Yeah, I guess the doll stayed in the well and all was well. The minute you fuck with the doll in the well,
All's
it's
unwell.
not so well.
Don't go in the well.
Don't go in the well.
But shit was still fucked up. I mean, that's how she ended up in the well. Was like things were happening.
Yeah, things were happening.
Yeah, shit, the
doll in the very end, you know, the new family and the doll and the new girl notices the doll is there on the mantle. So
It needs kids.
I don't know
What?
how they.
Do you think that the demon witch ghost
Here's the thing:
needs
that
kids to
the
be
house
there?
literally exploded at the end, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden
but
somebody else is
but it's
moving into the
it's
house
like
again.
it's like it's like the end of the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
You know, you think it's all back to normal, but the nightmare is there. You know, and that was the Mexicans' way of doing the whole end. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel too? Oh, I'm sorry, Liz. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask about, Andy made that point about the house exploding. They kind of set up with Paulina having all these hallucinations that maybe, like, what you see isn't necessarily what's really happening through a lot of the movie.
I like to think the doll rebuilt the house by herself.
With Habitat for Humanity.
I mean, she was telekinetic.
I mean, she was pretty powerful. She can do things with her
Habitat
mind.
for Inhumanity.
How cute would that be? A little doll with a little hammer
That's
and like
adorable.
a saw, building a house by itself.
The little spooky doll.
Magic is magic, right?
I love
In
the.
overalls and like a little painter's hat.
Also, that little girl took a header into that well
She did. She
and was fine.
Well, we kept saying everybody got yeeted. That was another word of the night when we watched this
Oh,
movie.
you guys were throwing yeet around.
There was so much yeeting in this movie.
People were being yeeted here and yeeted there.
Yeah.
She yeeted herself into that well.
Yeah.
She just took a header. And I'm like, oh no, she's dead. But no, she was fine down there.
It's pretty roomy and clean for an old well.
Apparently it's padded.
Yeah, I mean, it had like, I like the way the toys were laid out. It reminded me kind of like, it was like almost like an It kind of thing. Where why are there so many toys? Is it other kids they lured down there? Those are their toys. She's not the first. Won't be the last.
Yeah.
There's a little. I guess you will learn in part 2.
Yeah.
right.
We'll find
I can't
out.
wait.
Next week.
As long as Unibrow's in this, in part 2, I'm in.
Well, what
I
I
want to make a
hope,
whole month of her.
I think what the movie was trying to say at the beginning, that maybe Julio wasn't being a good boyfriend, or maybe he had to work too much and they never got to be together. That's something was going on there where there was a little bit of tension in the relationship. I'm not really sure what it was. And then he saved all their lives multiple times. So she better give it up, is what I'm saying. And I know that's an old fashioned thing, but like when he saves your life and your family's life,
Give it up.
You said
she
like
wouldn't even let him kiss her.
you
at the
said.
beginning.
Amy said
Well,
like he better like she better let him take it in the butt.
You said take it.
Well, maybe sure, but the time where they tried to have some hanky panky, and then all the snakes and everything came out.
Oh, yeah. Because it's sinful.
She was going to give it up before he saved him. And then, snakes and
I'm
rats.
just saying, she better do something nice.
Do something nice. Make a sign or a
A sign. Something he likes for dinner, like Julio
Buy a
saved
plant.
him.
Take her
the
down.
day.
Take him to the schoolyard.
Because I'm going to tell you, Paulina mostly screamed.
Yeah, she screamed a lot.
Well, she was an annoying. Is she considered the final girl? I guess.
Yeah.
She was very inactive. She just let things happen and just looked at things.
I think the sequel looks more exciting, which I'm hoping
looking forward to
we're
it.
gonna have to. I don't see that it's on Tubi, so we're gonna might have to do a little digging. But Vacation.
digging around the internet.
I got a DVD.
Well, aren't you
Call the,
fucking special?
Can you point a camera at it and play it for me?
Yeah, can we just do that? Can we just-
And it's a pretty bad copy, for a D. But you usually you can get it for about $5 on Amazon.
I thought you were gonna say that's the original copy. You're like, it's the original.
It's on YouTube, so we're set.
It's got two movies on one, but it's actually commercials for a program for learning classical guitar.
Huh.
For the before the movie starts.
Is this the copy you bought on Amazon? Is that
Yeah, $5.
so weird?
Yeah, can't beat it for $5.
So weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
You know what?
Louis-
the more we talk
yeah.
about it, I think I might love this
Louis,
movie.
can I ask you a question? Was this like a popular movie or successful? Because there's when I search Vacations of Terror on YouTube, there's a lot of results and like a lot of videos
Yeah.
talking about this movie.
in horror, it was okay, but over the years, it's become kind of a Mexican classic in Mexican horror, because it's one of the few actual items of actual Mexican horror. It's not a comedy. It actually tries to be an American style movie. So it's pretty much it has become a cult classic. Mm-hmm. But originally it was fine. It was successful enough. But over time, it's really gotten more cult status.
Louis, on IMDb, the budget for this is listed as $230. So I think anything they made on it, I think if 10 people are talking about, I mean, like, honestly, I think anything's a good return.
I'm sure that's not
astounding.
right.
It does say Mexican dollars. I didn't know there was such a thing.
I'm sure
wrong there.
it doesn't seem right.
No, it doesn't.
Freddy's like, I don't know. Maybe it's right, but I'm not understanding it. No, it's wrong.
You think it's just straight up wrong? I wonder who put that. Whoever is in charge of the Vacation of Terror IMDb page, we would like better information, please.
I would have believed 230,000.
Yeah.
And not 200.
I wouldn't have believed that.
I just like how Freddy just took it as fact.
Yeah, he's like, well, it says it on the internet, so I don't know what else to do.
IMDb told me it's okay to eat boxes of candy, so I'm going to do it.
All right.
What is a database?
It's a database.
Well, that is that, I think, right?
Yeah, I think we did this one.
Did we do this one?
Did it.
Follow
Louis Fowler on Instagram, Louis Fowler 78. I remember things. On X, at Louis Fowler.
Twitter.
Or Twitter, if you're still calling it that. I gave up.
I don't even talk about it.
And find my writings on the Lost Ogle.
Lost Ogle.
The Lost Ogle. All that info should be in the show notes, right?
Yep.
Thank you, Louis.
Thanks, Louis.
Thank you very much.
So at the end of every show, we say
I will see you next week on Vacaciones de Terror Dos.
Yeah,
Sweet
boy.
ass. At the end of every show, we say hi to our Beelzebubs. Go to patreon.com/NOTLP to find out what that means. We're going to start with Alise.
Thanks for running to the store. I love you.
Thank you for that. Thank you for keeping Kelley fed.
I'm looking forward to playing Dungeons and Dragons with you again.
Oh, yeah, we both are too.
It's going to be fun.
Alyssa, Branan and Emily, Jeffel, Iona Goodwin.
I own a great one.
Dr. Brian.
You should say it, Dr. Brian.
The side eye that Amy just gave Freddy.
And then I have to sit here and remember again that it's Old Dirty Billsterd, Bill Farner, Frosted Blakes, Blayne Yogurt, Jordache Jeans.
Oh my gosh.
Wall. Jeremy and Cassie. Happy belated birthday, Cassie.
Happy birthday.
I hope you had many Cassie's birthdays, which is D Serona and Diet Coke. It's not bad. And Gamora, of course. Hello. Ernie. Dave Siebert, Monica, and Dustin.
Yeah.
Yeah, boyos.
So we will see you next week with the things that we've discussed that we will be talking about.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thanks, Louis.
Thank you, Louis.
Bye, Louis.
Bye.